For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Or raw dog it 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, man. Bloody oats.
Oh,
Get it in you.
We have a laugh, don't we, fellas?
Occasionally.
Hey, fellas. Oh, we have a
certainly
good
do,
time,
man.
don't we, guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
God, it's good.
Hump day today, Jace. Your most hated day of the year.
Of the year?
Yes. What's your most
no.
hated day of the year? Have you got an anniversary that makes you sad?
No.
Neither have I. I've got my dad's anniversary,
Yes.
but I never, of his death, not his birthday, Keyzie.
Yes.
That'd be mean of me.
Well, because you wouldn't call that an anniversary, would you?
An anniversary of his birth, sure.
I guess in that sense
But
that
I don't actually even remember the date of that.
Yes.
I don't, yeah. Which I'm glad about because I know that people sort of go, oh, I've got this date coming up.
Yeah.
That depresses me.
Only for my brother.
Yes.
That would be my one
You remember
one
that
sad
date?
day, yes.
Yes.
But that's other than that, no. And there's no days that I hate, especially. I used to hate back in the day when the booze shops were closed. Those public holidays.
Sundays.
Or like
No,
Easter.
not you know, like
yeah.
Easter
you
and
go,
Christmas Day.
Yeah, and you go,
And we've
you'd-
talked about this, right?
Yeah, I know. You'd blow through it, and then you'd go, oh, fuck.
And it's for
Yeah.
religious reasons, but I'm not religious, so let me buy some piss.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What I do like about those days, though, is it forces people to have a day off.
People that would work in those stores
That's
have
right.
to. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And asshole bosses can't make them work. So I like that.
Yeah.
I've always loved that, man.
Yes.
I guess I'm a man of the people, you could say.
I just want to piss up, Mogey. You know me,
I
man.
like pissing
I'm a
up
fucking
too,
stallion.
brother.
Yeah,
You are.
I want to sink some piss, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Keyzie? Got any sad days, brother?
I was just thinking, not really.
No.
Saddest day of the year used to be the first day back at work. It used to be.
Right.
Now I don't care, which is great.
Right,
It's a
that is
sign that
good.
the job's fun and it's doing good stuff.
That's good stuff.
But towards the end, the latter years of my former job, I hated coming back to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. I have semi-sadness.
Is that when you're sad but you get a semi?
Yes.
That's a good kind of sad.
Yeah, that's good.
Because that's like a silver lining.
Yeah, that's great.
I get a blanch of sadness. Can
Blanche.
I put it that way?
I don't think you can.
I get a little touch of sadness
Yes.
on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, do you? Because you have to come back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Approximate
But-
at 4 p.m. the next day.
But
Yeah.
not anywhere near like it's not a big drama.
Yeah, sure.
I think
Particularly if I've had a
You
really
didn't finish
nice
your sentence there, Jace.
if it's like if I've had a really nice weekend, it's like, oh,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to
I'm like that with, good
holidays.
times at homes at the moment.
Yes.
I'm very much in a state at the moment, and I'm trying to be conscious of the fact that right now I think it's probably the best years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
My setup currently is probably the best I'm ever going to have it. And then,
Yeah.
and then according to my
Sad,
current
isn't it?
priorities,
Yeah.
then it'll change. Hopefully, kids, family, that stuff, and then that'll be the best days of those. But I think right now, as a guy who's married and doesn't have a lot of responsibilities, I
As
think
a guy
right now
that
is
gets
good.
to come home and just play PlayStation, eat shit pizza.
Watch NRL
You know.
when that's on.
go
and
travelling
That's
around
good,
the world,
right?
have
Because
beers,
that
he's
shit's
played
over,
golf.
you know.
Yeah.
You have a family, that's gone.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Well, I know. I was even talking to my wife about it. I was like, because she was like, "Oh, our next Europe trip, that's it. We won't be going to Europe again for ages." And I'm like, "No, don't say it like that because we might be able to make it work and go to Europe somehow."
Yeah.
But the reality is, we're just going to go.
But it's also, why would you want to?
Well, that's the thing is, we're just going to go to Fiji to like a resort with a kids club and then get on the piss.
Well, what I was going to say to you, remember, my wife will look after little Keyzie.
I'm not calling my kid Keyzie. Oh wait, no, his last name will be Key though, won't it? So it will be little Keyzie.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll do it.
I know.
She loves
That's actually,
babies.
That's handy to know as well. And
Yeah,
because your girls are all overseas,
Yes, they are.
if they have kids, do you think they would come back or stay over there?
Depends on the fella. Or woman.
Yeah, it
Yes.
depends on the setup.
And their family, because
Very good question.
They'll find that they will probably need the support. So if they've got none where they are, they'll need to come back.
Well, this is what I've
Quite
been...
possibly. But here's the thing. My wife is so into babies that if one of our girls had a baby,
She'd go.
she'd probably make us move.
Yeah.
I think that's fair enough as well.
You know what I mean? It'll be like, I'm not fucking joking either. She'd be like, right, we're going to Melbourne.
What about, because this has actually been really handy because my wife's from Christchurch, her parents are down there, my parents are in Tauranga. So like, all right, when we have kids, you know, she really wants to move to Christchurch and we've got to try to figure out a way to make that work one day. But I'm like, for now though, Hoyte J is literally just up the road. So it's like having, him and his wife are like having your parents here. So they can come and stay.
Yeah, no, it'll just be my wife doing little Keyzie.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, okay. I just imagine your wife like rocking my baby and then you're sitting next to it having a durry and blowing smoke into its face and going,
harden them up, or her.
Yeah, or her. It's good for you, man. I had an interesting one last night. I'm not going to do it on the radio show. Let's see what you think about this. I got home and there was a dinner party in progress.
wow, your family members?
Family members plus some people I didn't know.
And you didn't get a heads up on that?
Well, this was the thing. I said, oh, we're having people over, are we? And not apparently, I got told about it 8 days prior.
Right.
It was a screenshot of a conversation my wife had with somebody else. And underneath it, it said they're coming and they're staying for the 17th and the 18th. And I could see that, and I could see the person's name.
Yes.
And I already knew that they were coming to stay, and I was like, "Oh, good." So I didn't even click into the screenshot thing.
Right.
And my wife was like, "Oh, you gave it the thumbs up." And so I had a look, and then I had a look back in it and said, "Oh, could I invite these?" This person was saying, "Can I invite these people to your house so we can have a dinner party?" But at no point was there any conversation about it at all. Never spoke to my wife about it at all.
Wow.
Or had any kind of an update about it or reminder or chat about it in the ensuing 8 days. And then I got home after the show last night. I did something I've never done before, which is I went in there, went outside here, and I ate my dinner, which I'd brought in here thinking that I'd eat it during the show, and I didn't. I ate it here. So I went home.
Yeah, right.
I went home full as a bull.
And not aware at all that there was a dinner party.
Not aware at all that there's a dinner party on.
Yes.
So then I get back there, and I don't know the people.
Right.
I don't know the people, and I don't know their relationship to me or why they're there. Now, I know that they know the people that are staying with us, but I don't know if they're related to us. And I can't bring it up because everybody assumes that I know why they're there and who they are. So I couldn't have a, hey, who are you?
Right, yeah. Because you'd be, oh, g'day, guys.
Is that now? So what my thought was, is it weird of me to think that it would be brought up at some point in the ensuing 8 days?
Yeah,
you would think so, yes.
She was probably waiting for I can't believe Mogey hasn't, does she call you Mogey?
Yeah, she calls me Mogey.
I can't believe Mogey hasn't brought that up. You know, because she's probably thinking, oh, God, we're going to have a chat about that at some point.
Well, she knows, but she knows what a man's memory is.
Yes, and
the same way your wife. Like I wouldn't say, for example, oh, I'm going to a movie with Pugs in a couple of weeks, and then that night not say nothing more about it, and that night just not come home.
No. Yes.
I'd say, going to that movie tonight.
My feeling would be that I would assume that they would chat about it before the event happened again.
Yes. Now, during the day, I did get a text saying, now, who's that good Indian joint?
Oh.
And I said, oh, blah, blah.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, should I ask what that's about? I'll just leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. But, and we've touched on this a lot, but I get that a lot with my wife, which is, oh, no, you remember blah, blah, blah is coming over.
But you remember.
Yeah, but this is just before they're coming over. Yeah. And I go, who's coming over? And she goes, I told you about this.
Yes.
And I go, did you? And I've just reached a point now where I go, okay.
But also, she could start just saying, now remember, and say anything.
She can say
That's
they
right.
can say anything.
And I'd still say,
and you
okay.
You can't say anything back.
Yes. Because, my brain's like Swiss cheese.
And also,
now.
it was great that there were people over.
Sure.
Yeah, were they great?
They were great. Yeah, no, they're lovely. And so that was all good. But it did put me on the back foot coming through the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
To a house full of people and a whole bunch of food turning up.
Can I guess what you said when you walked in and saw, for example, the bloke that you didn't know?
Here he is.
Here he is.
No, I didn't. He was down the other end of the table. Right. But that was the other thing. They were all very engaged with each other because they knew each other for decades. They were old mates, I think, rather than
so they
family.
don't give a shit whether you were there or not.
No.
Yeah, good.
So that was good. But also you can't leave. Now, I had a lot of work to do last night when I got home, but I couldn't I couldn't go and do it, could I?
Yeah, I would. I'd just go, oh, sorry. Hey, how you going? Yeah, good,
Anyway,
good.
I've
And then,
got to,
yeah, but listen, I've got to finish off some stuff.
Yeah. Who was it, by
And
the
when
way?
I say finish off some stuff, I mean beat off. So,
Yeah.
Pugs, can you clip that bit off for tonight's radio show teaser, please?
what's
Good
wrong with
chat.
that?
Well,
There's
it's-
nothing wrong with that.
You just
that'll
turned
get the listeners over, brother.
And I mean, no one's going to want to go in the room if you're going to be beating off.
Oh,
Don't double down on it.
I mean, especially if they don't know you and you say you're going to be beating off.
Oh, he's tripling down. Pugs, include all this in the clip, would you, man? For just
maybe
after
it's because
6.
they don't know me that they want to go
Correct.
in the room.
Oh, well, you're a
Once they get to know me, they won't want to.
in your situation, you're such a stallion.
That's
they probably
true.
want to watch you beat off.
Yeah.
The stallion couldn't beat off. It has hooves. Hey, listen to the Hauraki Big Show 4 till 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. It's really good.
Or don't.
If you like beating off.